Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Change Podcast. We are here at Dubai World Trade Center where we are shooting a GITEX series. This is where the largest technology conference in this part of the world is taking place in person. Here with me is Matt from E-Man Labs.
E-Man Venture Labs.
E-Man Venture Labs. Hi Matt, happy to have you here, man.
It's a pleasure
You're
to be here.
coming from London, right?
I am. I spend a great deal of my time in Los Angeles because we scaled the venture studio out there so we could help some of our British startups to successfully navigate the US market and also to work on some new deals in the US. But I have come in this instance from the UK, yes.
Amazing, and it's, obviously, not to repeat ourselves, but the pandemic is behind us and there was not a lot of live in-person events taking place over the previous 10 months.
Exactly.
What made you come to GITEX?
You know, obviously from lockdown in February, it's been quite a struggle for, I guess, a lot of entrepreneurs. Although we built digital businesses, just the lack of interaction, particularly for a CEO like myself. I am used to traveling and doing things across the world. So I knew Dubai was a place that I'd always wanted to visit, and I knew about GITEX. And I know it's towards the end of the year, and I've always wanted to visit. And the opportunity to come out here and actually do some work out here and learn a little bit more about the UAE, meet new people, get some introductions, and then finish off my trip with the event was a really exciting idea. So I pursued it, and it's been really an amazing experience, and I'm so impressed with how the entire event has been managed, to be honest. I'm blown away actually how well structured it is, considering we're in a pandemic. I don't know if anything like this is happening anywhere else in the world.
I don't think so, and I've just been talking to some business partners from Singapore, and I'm telling them, guys, like, you don't have time at the conference and the event, and they're like, what kind of event? What are you talking about? Like, it's in-person live event, like, and I'm sending them photos, and very few people can believe that this is actually taking place. But really, I mean, you feel safe, right?
I feel extremely safe. I think everyone's very conscientious about keeping their space. The idea of GITEX was kind of an interesting one. Should I attend? How is this really going to go? So I came with the idea that I'll see how it goes. But now, I think everyone's really starting to get into it. And it's a fabulous experience, and there's some great stuff going on. Some really inspirational talks. I've really enjoyed. In the green room, there's been some interesting stuff today.
Green room has some awesome stuff, and 10X. I've been listening to a couple of panel discussions over there, and some really smart people shared their stories. So we've been through a very tough year, as you said, and I can agree with you. And but like personally, I learned a lot of new things that I couldn't have learned without this going on. What were your biggest takeaways from this whole lockdown?
Absolutely. Well, for me, obviously with E-Man Venture Labs, our mantra now is sort of purpose before profits. So we're a full service incubator. We have software engineers and product development people across the board, as well as a chief legal officer and an FD. So we work with thought leaders, industry experts, people that have a problem they want to solve that's very close to their heart. So there's a specific type of founder that we work with. It's been the type of founder we have a real why am I actually doing this? Why am I actually building this business? It's not just a case of I want to do something. There's a personal reason for it. And during this pandemic, a lot of my businesses have had to rethink how they're actually going to operate. And it's really interesting to see the innovations that are coming out of this pandemic, and how actually for a lot of businesses there's opportunities to scale into new areas. For example, one of our portfolio companies, ZoomDoc, they were, the whole idea of ZoomDoc is we bring the doctor home. You can call a doctor anywhere in London. The doctor within 10 minutes, so 10 to 30 minutes within central London will be at your door. And obviously telemedicine is the other side of how the entire ecosystem is becoming digitized. But ZoomDoc have got into COVID testing, PCR, swab testing, and B2B testing. And without the pandemic, there would be no opportunity for a company like ZoomDoc to be solving these problems. But as a result of that, they have generated, trust and new relationships with businesses, which is going to allow them to thrive and foster beyond the pandemic, which is, really quite interesting.
We were kind of forced to reimagine some of the business principles that we had before, that we were never challenging because that was kind of accepted.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm really sending, good hope to all of the people who went through, this awful, virus and lost their loved ones. But on the other side, I think we are getting out of it stronger, right?
I think we are,
and I think it's going to be, on a long term, going to have a positive impact.
I think it's going to have a phenomenal impact, because I think with the pandemic, we're seeing communities come together, we're seeing local and taking care of your neighbor. People are now looking over the other side of their fence and saying, can I help my local community? I think I have another company at eMan, Joe, which is a digital assistant for small independent retailers, and a movement called Save the High Street. So in London, there's this big transformational change with regards to sort of urban retail environments. Where is the ball going to bounce beyond the traditional bricks and mortar retail service provider? And I think that the pandemic has given an opportunity to really sort of rethink some of these ideas, but from a perspective of being a little bit more mindful and caring and emphatic. I think it's, the empathy factor's there, and we're hopefully going to be taking a new kind of mindset into not building businesses, but why we're actually doing it, the creation of and fostering of innovation.
Purpose part that you said at the beginning.
I think that's
lovely,
such an important thing, that people are now thinking, like, how can I serve the world? Less of like, I'm going to build this because there's an addressable market and I can capitalize on it. It's more like, how can I really serve the world? And I think it's a terrible time for this world, but at the same time, there's just it's a rethink, it's a reset, and yes, humanity as a whole can come out a lot stronger.
I think that's a lovely answer. So when it comes to eMan Venture Labs for next year and like giving what happened now, we were all struggling, obviously. You're getting out of it stronger. What's your plans for 2021? What do you think will be the biggest obstacles, and what's your strategy for approaching next year?
So next year, obviously, I mean, we have managed the pandemic relatively well. We have a stable of companies that have not suffered as much of seized opportunity as a result of everybody going digital and working from home. We launched a social network for the construction industry, which has been great timing because it's allowed a lot of the people to navigate the problems associated with construction around COVID-19 and how getting the conversation going within the tools and services that we launched. And that was really, really successful for us. And then obviously I mentioned ZoomDoc as well. But going forward, next year, as I said in the previous sentence, I think our strategy really is now to see how we can help reinvent the new normal and take on a lot of what we have. A lot of processing has been a lot of processing been done over this last year, and I think going forward for 2021, our strategy is to identify where COVID has provided a catalyst to reveal these underlying problems that we're perhaps ignoring a lot over the last sort of decade or so, and really trying to help entrepreneurs not capitalize on the pandemic, but the revelation of what we have and the problems we have to solve, really try and focus on these. I mean, everything has a new narrative behind it, and everything has shifted to a degree. So I just, we have a lot of opportunity to help people. We have the ability to raise early stage capital, particularly for companies in the UK. I'm now exploring how I can help companies in the UAE
and they do
with
need
potential
help.
new
they
partnerships.
Do need help, especially in the pre-seed phase.
Exactly, and that's where we come in. So Eman Venture Labs help founders on day zero. A lot of capital has been raised from companies that started with nothing but a sketch on a notepad, a founder with a few scribbles. I mean, I'm not going to say we're responsible for that, but we help the founders get going on day
them
zero.
Along the way and enable them to even give it a
Yeah, so
chance.
we're talking about $500 million in capital,
wow,
cumulatively, that has been raised. But that's because, founders need support at that early stage. And I mean, this is where we are in that pre-seed stage. So everything that you see that has come out of our stable, we launched that with the founder.
Wonderful.
So,
well, Matt, good luck with next year. I hope that we'll have a chance to review the 2021 like we're reviewing now 2020.
We appreciate that.
Guys, thanks for staying with us. I hope that Matt inspired you to act on your dreams. Reach out to him if you have a cool idea. We're going to share his contact details in our posts. And stay tuned. There is another episode coming soon. Matt, thanks for coming, man.
Pleasure. Thank you. Cheers.
Take care.